Well, hello. So yeah, today we're going to do your usual weekly, upcoming weekly. So usual this will be like one short message from a table and one short message from a keeper for each sign. So it's about roughly about 5 minutes each. So yeah, let's just start it. Okay, let's start with Capricorn first. Let's go with your table first. So for Capricorn next week, what actually coming towards their life, what they need to know. This will be quick message, short message. So if you guys want to know the long one, you can check your monthly sign reading. So for Capricorn, what's coming up for them? For next week only, please. For next week, please. Okay, let's see what's coming up for you guys. Okay. Straight off the bat, I got a couple of messages. Why you stuck for? What's this stuck here for? You know, it's too fearful about what? It tells me that for you guys that experience first message, for you guys that experience a stall love connection, that connection never mature. The Ace of Cups is reversed here. It tells me that next week you'll be stuck on ending it. I asked why you're stuck, because you're too fearful to ending it. So I'm not sure why you're too fearful to end this. Why though? Why you too fearful? Because deep inside your mind you think that you can still work on it. I asked why the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about working together. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just seeing that. So next week also you feel the energy for side message for working. You feel that quite lazy. So I'm not sure if this related with that romantic relationship. But the energy is for next week you'll be quite lazy. So be careful. Don't let that what do you call damage your money flow. Oh, this clarify for me. Also you will be. I asked why you are lazy. You are juggling too many things, so I feel like you're going to feel burnout next week. That's why the laziness will come from. So yeah, don't juggle things too much or too many things. Don't juggle too many things. Yeah, so that's a quick message for you. So next week, just be prepared about this kind of energy. Let's move on. Let's see what your keeper want to say. Let's pull up some keeper for you guys. Remember, this will be just a short message, just to guide you for next week. Capricorn keeper, what next week they can predict or they can expect to come into their life. Oof. You got a tough week, I feel. Be careful about your health. So I feel this also related with your work. Don't stretch yourself for too many things. This will affect your health. I don't see nothing crazy, but yeah, your health taking a dip. Anything else? Keep telling me about a connection that it's not successful. It come again on the keeper side. It's a connection that is not growing, or it's not fully mature. They keep coming up with that. Yeah, so I'm seeing that from the table part, that you'll be very indecisive or fearful to end this, because deep down you feel that you can still work on it. Yeah, so yeah, that's your message. Let's pull your advice for this love, because this keep coming back. So what's the Capricorn advice for this love thingy? Eight of Swords reverse, Four of Cups. I feel like it's just a missed opportunity. You don't need to think about it. It's literally what come out for your advice. So yeah, so I feel like this just write it up as a missed opportunity if never fully mature, and you don't need to like really invest your mental energy on that. All right. Move on. Aquarius. So for next week, Aquarius, what they can expect coming up into their life. This will be just very short messages. Sign of Aquarius. What they can expect coming into their life next week. Lack of communication, someone being blocked, this is what tells me, or going to be blocked. Your 8 of Wands reverse literally fell off. What else? Let's clarify this. 10 of Cups. That doesn't make sense. Your emotion, next week your emotion, did I done that on the monthly reading? Your emotion, Temperance, 10 of Cups. Your emotion, you become more stable emotionally. Why the 8 of Wands reverse here? It tells me that you are not confident to initiate a communication with someone. But eventually the communication will come, Page of Wands. So I'm not sure who's eventually will cave in to start the communication. So if you had been not speaking with anyone and you feel like hopeless, that you thought like this person won't reach out to you, or you won't be able to reach to them, even if you're thinking that you're probably being blocked by them, it tells me the communication will come. So I'm not sure from which side next week. Emotion become more stable, 10 of Cups. Clarify the 10 of Cups here. Yeah, your emotion become more stable, you become more happy by becoming single. Clarification for the 10 of Cups is 9 of Cups. So when you decide you going to be single, is actually when you're the happiest. Okay, I like that message. Yeah, next week is if you have been abandoned or somebody walk away from you, you finally letting that go. The energy of that is starting to fade away. Yeah, that's your message. Let's move on to your keeper part. Nothing that quite wow yet, but I feel like if you're expecting a communication, it will come, but I don't feel it's next week. Maybe down the line, but it just tells me that how you know this is your story. If you feel that, or you think that you have been blocked, you thought you have been blocked, and you're not confident to reach out, even if you're not being blocked, you're not confident because you feel they're probably going to reject you, things like that. The communication will happen, but I'm not sure when or who going to initiate it. Okay, Keeper, what do you want to tell Aquarius? Additional message for Aquarius for next week, please. Next week only. It's picking up an energy that is quite a bit far ahead. You're gonna get the promotion, or not next week definitely, because it's distant horizon. So the time frame is 3 to 6 months. Anything else? For you guys that has a kid, right? Next week you're gonna receive some sort of this kind of feeling, like, how you know, if your kid go to school, they may acting up, then principal will call them, this kind of feeling. So yeah, if you have kids, be prepared that next week the principal will maybe contact you, they may acting up, things like that. Any other? Be careful on your work area. Make sure you do a proper work, because if you don't do things carefully, you may get some notice from your boss, like, you know, the type from HR, kind of like, just make sure you comply with your workplace next week. There's the energy of you not complying, and either your boss or your HR will, like, what do you call that, the summon you. I don't know what you call it. They give you a warning letter or something around that. Yeah, just be careful on that. Make sure you comply next week. Not sure why I need to say comply. I feel like some of you guys may not be complying to what your boss expecting you to do. Alrighty, let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, what they can expect for next week for Pisces. Sign of Pisces, what they can expect for next week, please. What's coming up towards them for next week? Okay, let's see what's coming up for you guys, sign of Pisces. Okay, what's the first message? You're avoiding something. You're giving up. You're giving up on what? It tells me by you giving up, you're becoming more confident. Okay, let's figure out what you're going to give up. Why does time reverse here? That doesn't make sense. Why you also get the 8 of Wands reverse? Okay, let me figure out things first. You're avoiding a communication. You're avoiding someone, it tells me. You're avoiding this particular person. They appear as a Queen of Swords. So you're avoiding talking with them. You're giving up on them. It eventually, I see that you have stopped. You will be stopped communicating with them. By you stopping that, by you doing that, you're gaining your confidence back. So I'm not sure. This person come up as a Queen of Swords. So that doesn't hint anything bad from them at this moment. But I'm not sure why you're avoiding them or why you stop communicating with them. It doesn't give me the why. It just tells me that you'll be stopped talking to them. One problem, probably the next why is 6 of Wands. So maybe you made an attempt in the past that you feel that you keep getting rejected or keep getting a wall from them. So that's why you probably, because of that, you feel like you're losing your confidence. But now, by you avoiding them, giving up on them, stop communicating with them, you finally start gaining back your confidence. Yeah, I don't think. I feel like that's too short. Why is this? You're finally moving on. Yeah, why everyone got finally moving on energy? Yeah, it tells me you're finally moving on. Even for you guys that had good memories with this person, right? 6 of Cups, you're finally not stuck anymore. It's what keep telling me. One single message. There's no other message. Okay, let's go on to your keeper. So next week, yeah, for you guys that has been stuck with someone, you're finally moving on. You're finally not stuck anymore. Keeper, what do you want to tell Pisces? Additional message for Pisces, please. It's not giving me any wiggle room, only the same message. Let's see. You got a message. What is this about? Well, that doesn't make sense. It tells me that you're gonna receive a message, but the message is talking about something that is, oh okay, well everyone got this also. You're going to receive a message about your health situation. For this, obviously for someone that already doing a health check or going to do health check, or even like you had some health condition, you're going to receive a message about that health situation. For the time being, that situation won't be improving, is what tells me. Yeah, for the time being, the situation won't be improving. You still need to rely on the medicine. So even if you've done a surgery, at the time being, you still need to rely on the medicine itself. Yeah, next week, be careful with your spending. You got the Great Fortune reverse. You're gonna spend some money to I'm not sure whether you're going to spend money to someone older for you, or is actually that person related to that health situation. Also next week your work situation is quite good, occupation upright, but yeah, it's just it tells me that next week your work situation is doing okay only. Nothing such as a promotion or extra money will come, but yeah, it just obviously you cannot expect that every week or every month, right? But it just tells me that your work situation is doing well for next week. Smooth sailing. But the main message is about you're finally getting over someone. Let's put 40. Aries. So what's Aries can expect from next week? For the sign of Aries, what they can expect for next week? What is Aries can expect for next week? What Aries can expect for next week? Okay. Singles, happy with your money flow. What else? You're gonna be dropping something. What you're dropping? Oh. Okay, next week you're finally going to that's a very weird message for you. Next week you're gonna find, I feel like next week you're gonna decide to start opening up. It's almost similar message. It tells me that you finally if it's talking about someone that for Aries that being stuck for quite some time. Next week the energy you finally start moving forward, and you finally will be going to opening up to people, to connection. Almost similar message with the previous sign, Pisces. Yeah. Also next week is your money flow will be doing great. 9 of Pentacles, you're enjoying your money, enjoying being single. Why the High Priestess here? You got the High Priestess. It tells me that the High Priestess, it keep telling me, even though the High Priestess here, High Priestess is either by intuition, psychic card, or a secret, right? Secretive, but I feel like in this notion it's clarified with the 5 of Cup reverse. So intuitively next week you will be called out to get over all the negative things from past. Almost similar message with the Pisces, but the difference is next week you will noticing you start opening up for a new connection. For you guys that still have a connection that is not closed off, particularly next week, you will make a decision to take a break from them, and you eventually you'll be holding your holding back from them. So eventually, I see that you'll be pulling back yourself from them. This particularly talking for a connection that just lingers. It's not yet closed. 10 of Wands reverse. Yeah. It tells me why you're taking a break or why you're holding back from them. It's because you want to avoid a heartbreak. So is what keep telling me. I think the main story is next week also you got this energy of finally able to move on. Similar with Pisces. Okay, Keeper. What's coming up for Aries, sign of Aries, right? What's coming up for them for next week? Why everyone got this occupation? A lot of signs got this occupation reverse. There will be a bit up and down next week for your work, but don't worry, there is nothing like you're gonna get cut off or anything. Just a bit up and down for next week. Yeah, don't need to worry too much. It's a normal flow for your work. Okay. Also next week, be careful of energy, or be careful when you're connecting with new people next week, because there is this false person coming in. It tells me that you'll be blindsided, or you're not expecting them to trick you, to scam you. This will have an impact on your money flow. So next week, hold back yourself from connecting to the new people for a while, I feel. Also, I mean, you can still connect with new people, but when they ask you to invest or lend money, things like that, run away from them, ignore them. Don't know, maybe don't read their message or whatever, because there is a high chance, the energy there next week, you're going to get scammed by somebody if you're not careful. That will impact your money flow. Your work wise is, you feel like the feeling that I get when I pull the card, right, is like you'll feel a bit overworked, or people will try to piss you off next week, but it's just a normal thing. Don't need to pay too much attention to them. It's just up and flow kind of a feeling on the work, but nothing serious. Just don't pay attention to them. Don't get involved in any of their shitty behavior. Okay, let's go to Taurus. So Taurus, what's coming up for Taurus next week? What we can expect? What Taurus can expect for next week? What Taurus can expect next week? What's the message for Taurus next week? Giving up. You're going to give up. You're finally able to move on. Why everyone get the similar message? Nine of Wands reverse, Six of Swords upright, moving on, giving up. Oh, you're moving on to a stable relationship, or a stable home situation. Four of Wands. You're moving towards this actually. I'm not sure whether this will come next week, but I mean, there's a chance. But okay, what's this Four of Wands here? Okay, I feel like it's a relationship, because just okay, how you know that this person, the Four of Wands person, right? They may appear as a bit materialistic or workaholic, but did I predict this for you guys also? But they have this emotion towards you. They got like a lot of emotion towards you. Queen of Cups. You will sense that they have a lot of emotion, but time to time you will wonder the genuinity of that emotion, because time to time they may appear as either they are workaholic or all about their business, or they can appear a bit materialistic, like too money minded kind of feeling. So yeah, this sign come, this identity, I forgot which sign got this, either yesterday or 2 days ago when I do the reading. Similar position, maybe it's exactly the same. Okay, why are you giving up from? Let's figure out that. Okay. It tells me that you're giving up from a connection. It can be either a long distance, or there's a distance in emotion. You finally decided that they just gonna be friend. You decided that they just fit to be your friend only. So you're not expecting any romantic from that person anymore. Oh yeah, next week is after you've done that, right? You're moving on. I see that you'll be going out. You'll be going out more. Then I feel that that will trigger for you to meet this person. This person, if you meet the one that I'm describing, there are a lot of emotion for you, but time to time you wonder, if this person is kind of like all about their business kind of feeling. This one is a stable relationship, possible of a stable relationship. Four of Wands. Any other thing? Money flow will be good. You will have a lot of success in your work. You will draw attention in your work. So be mindful about that. Whatever you do in your work, that will reflect on your professionalism. Okay, Keeper, what do you want to tell to Taurus next week? What Taurus can expect for next week? Okay. Yeah, lovers. The Four of Wands, that it come back again and keep her. Okay. Oh. Okay, one of identification, they may already have a child, or they're acting up a bit immature. That's another identification for that connection. Okay, something about this. Soon. I mean, this related to your work. Soon, not next week. Roughly about 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks. Why? I want to say 3 months, but 3 weeks. So maybe it's 3 weeks. You will get some extra or increase on your salary, but not the promotion. So you got the increment, but not the promotion. So that's your message. So if you've been expecting that, at least you got the money, but not the promotion. Let's move on to Gemini. Alright, Gemini. What's coming up for you next week? For the sign of Gemini next week, what they can expect? What they can expect? A sign of Two-Face. Alright, let's see. What's the first message? Ending. Well, everyone got the ending. Almost all signs got ending, or finally able to walk away, move on, fully move on. You'll be talking, after the ending, after you fully move on, you're gonna talk with somebody new. They come up as a page, so it can be a bit mature, but they speak very clearly. Page of Swords, they speak very clearly. You will have a new beginning, like you will have something with them, but it's on the physical level. Ace of Wands, very passionate. Will it be long term? I asked, will it be long term? No. So just take it as a way to have fun. It's not a long term one. So yeah. Any other thing? So you ending up. Okay, let's clarify if this is your story, right? What your ending? Clarify with the Ten of Swords. Okay, it's a double ending. A connection that in the past that only bring you drama. Narcissistic, bitchy kind of person. Queen of Swords reverse. So you're finally moving on from them. It's like the energy is like totally you forget them, because it's like double ending. Death and the Ten of Swords. Okay, how do you know this Page of Swords? Yeah, this person is not. First of all, they don't bring any of this nonsense, the drama inside your life, but they will also got, the type that overthink things, this kind of thing, but they're definitely not long term. Come up as a Lovers reverse. So yeah, just take it. If you just want to have fun, yeah, you can go with this person for, I think it's like a short term probably. So yeah, emotion next week also become more stable. Yeah, you keep pulling up 10 ending. You keep pulling up ending card, like 3 ending card already here. Your emotion becomes stable. I feel like you finally also like able to move on for a connection that has been lingers. Even if you already break it up, I feel like the energy still lingers, but next week will be like poof, totally gone. Okay, let's go to your keeper, because I cannot get any other messages. Keep giving me ending. Okay, keeper, what Gemini can expect next week? For the sign of Two-Face. What is this? Someone will come back into your, not really come back, I don't why I say come back, I don't even meant to say come back. Basically, this person in the past, you know, they are a bit fake. They will confess, they will try to come as someone that's a bit mature. It also tells me that you don't expect this person to reach out. So if you had this kind of connection, can be friend, you know that they are a bit fake in the past. They will come back and they will express things. They try to act more mature. Yeah, it tells me that they don't hold anything. You don't hold any emotion towards them. You already like, whatever kind of feeling. Any other thing, Keeper? Any legal situation that has been binding for you for quite some time. So this talking for Gemini that has legal issues that has been dragging on. It will be closed next week. Coffin. I feel like it's just gonna be closed forever. Okay. Somewhat decent for you guys. Okay, let's go to Cancer then. Let's go Cancer. Crap. What Cancer can expect next week? For the sign of Cancer next week, what they can expect? Okay, last one. Okay. Sign of Cancer next week. I hope it's not ending again. Yeah, I just said everybody got this same energy. I feel like for you guys, for you it's a bit different. The moment you finally close it off, look who's back. At least the thought is there next week. Either you or them will be thinking of coming back. Judgment doesn't mean always that the person will take action, but at least the energy of thinking of it is there. But you already see them as it's not your happily ever after. It tells me 10 of Cups for them. Never mind. Okay. I feel like next week is more like you ending things, but you haven't fully walked away. 8 of Cups reverse, but you're starting to get back control of your life. Well, everyone got the similar message with only a bit different flavor. Okay, any other message for Cancer next week than this one? You'll be talking with someone, but the context of it will be very friendly. I see that either you or this person is still a bit close off. I sense it's more from you. You'll be a bit close off, and in the end the connection become a bit imbalanced at this moment. You'll be talking with someone new, but the context of it will be like a friend. You're taking control back of your life next week. But I see that, yeah, there is this kind of like indecisive after you close something. The 8 of Cups reverse is here, so yeah. What's Cancer advice for this particular connection? 4 of Cups, you have advice. Ace of Wands reverse. So I feel like just let it down for the time being. Yeah, I feel like just let it down. Okay, since you're quite short, let's try to figure out one more message. One more message for Cancer, different one. Okay, 2 of Cups. Where's this 2 of Cups? It tells me that a lot of you guys has this notation that you are not confident enough, or you feel like you cannot manifest a soulmate. It tells me that your advice is because you tried to rush things in the past, that's what actually scares them off. So you need to take a different approach. So I'm not sure why I suddenly become so, what do you call this, so spiritual message come for you guys, but I feel like someone need to hear this. So So you need to change your approach. So it tells me that if you rush the connection too fast in the past, so take your time, alright, for the next one. Yeah, you will be speaking with someone new, but I see that either you or that person is close off at the time being. So nothing too crazy about your reading. Okay, Keeper, what do you want to tell Cancer next week? Everyone got this distant horizon also. What's about your work? Okay, not far ahead. Some of you may need to, maybe, is this particularly for Cancer that has a kid, has a child, right? Some of you may need to, or may think to switch job to something that is lower pace so you can take care of your kid. So this coming, it's not next week, but somewhere along the line, like 3 to 6 months. Be careful with your spending next week. For you guys that planning for a wedding, don't let that wedding actually break your bank. That's what tells me also. And for you guys that the first storyline that going to end things with someone, right? You're going to have a breakup. Yeah, you eventually will get over that person, but I don't feel it's next week. And some of you may break it off with that particular connection because they drain you financially. Keeper, make it too specific now. So that's your message. Definitely a breakup is coming for a lot of Cancer there next week. That's a very apparent message. Either you're gonna have a second go with them or you're finally going to move on. It's really up to you guys, but the energy is there for have a second go because the judgment is there. What is it? 37, 20. Let's go with Leo. Leo, what Leo can expect from next week? What Leo can expect from next week? The sign of Leo next week is what's coming up for them. What's coming up for Leo next week? Okay. Yours is very different than the others. Obviously, everyone got this judgment. What's with the energy next week? But it tells me that, okay, next week, either you or your person will be thinking, or someone in your life will be thinking of having a second go, but I see that you are not interested with that. King of Swords reverse from your side. So, kind of like bitchy vibe from your side. Maybe this person is kind of do something wrong. So that's there. Clarify the judgment. Yeah, it's someone that you're taking a break from. Four of Swords. It's not someone that you break it off. It's more like you're taking a break. So it's not fully break up, like I don't want to see you anymore kind of feeling. More like you say like let's take a break kind of vibe. So this person or you can be from your side thinking of having a second go, but yeah, I feel like you're not interested. Your side is King of Swords reverse. Also next week, I think your mood is a bit on the fritz next week because it tells me that you are not confident to achieve your wish, whatever you're wishing. You're feeling like hopelessness. Why you feel like that? I feel this more related to your emotional or a connection. It tells me that you'll be closing off emotionally from people next week. and you feel like in the past or even until now, right, all the connection that come towards you is pretty much not up to your level. But I'm seeing you going out next week, going out more. The death is here also for you. What is this death about? Huh? The death of Queen of Pentacles? Be careful not to give up on whatever you're doing for work, because the energy is there next week. I asked what's the death for here, Queen of Pentacles. So it's either you ending up your work or your finance situation. So be careful, don't give up on your work. Don't get too hopeless. Yeah, a lot of you guys is like kind of like hopeless next week. You feel like you cannot manifest a good connection, a good love. One thing that I want to tell you guys is don't give up on your work or on your finance situation. What's your advice? What is this? Three of Wands reverse. It tells me that okay, you don't need to wait to seize the opportunity. I feel like a lot of you guys is waiting, playing this kind of waiting game in the past too much. It tells me that you don't need to wait to get this win or this success. And also for you, it's a bit weird advice. You need to rush whenever you want something. You need to rush. Use you are a fire sign, right? Fire sign usually want to rush things. Use that into your own advantage. You need to rush things. You need to push the ball to get rolling, whether it's on the work and the connection. Yeah, just be careful next week. Don't get into this sense of you cannot achieve whatever you want. You cannot achieve your wish. Don't fall into that trap. I feel like you can still do that. And your advice to achieve that, actually, you don't need to wait. Basically, you need to be more proactive. So I feel like a lot of you guys being a bit passive in the past. So yeah, let's move on to your Keeper side. Keeper, what's Leo can expect next week? Yours is taking a very weird turn. What's next week? Expectation, distant horizon. Okay. For you guys that expecting an extra money, it will come, but not next week. It will be down the line because distant horizon is here. This distant horizon keep coming for all the signs also. Also, a lot of you guys will be thinking of moving up to a better living environment. What else? What else? Yeah, you got two moving. At least the energy of moving. Thinking of moving. Yeah. Also, for you guys that I feel like I need to say this. For you guys that next week cause the idea of wanting to end a work situation or your finance, or I'm not sure what kind of finance you want to ending things. Just keep remember that you're actually on the path to become this guy appear upright for you, wealthy man. So I feel you just need to stick it up. Next week is the energy is just a bit weird for you. Try to get out from this hopelessness. No, maybe confide to a friend. Try to work things up. Don't wallow yourself on this kind of energy. Alright, yours taking a turn. Let's go to Virgo. Alright. For the sign of Virgo next week, what they can expect, sign of Virgo next week, what they can expect coming towards their life. Sign of Virgo. nice if you got different storyline than ending. You got the giving up, but let's see what's this about. Yeah, you got 2 cards of giving up. Oh, almost similar message. You're unable to move on from something. So let's think about what you're giving up for this combination. You're giving up talking with someone new, but at the same time you also feel like you feel the urge of try to meet people. That's an odd one. So you know this kind of energy, one time you feel like, okay, I don't want to meet new people, then 15 minutes after that, oh, but I do want to meet new people. This kind of energy. I even like seeing that you guys already dress up nicely, want to go out, then suddenly you change your mind in the last minute kind of feeling. So I expect that energy for next week. It tells me you cannot walk away from a situation in the past where this person play a lot of mind games, things never move forward with them, always goes in circles. You kind of stuck with this person. Why you cannot move on? Any other thing, clarification for this? They also give you a heartbreak situation. Maybe they put you into third party, or they didn't choose you. Yeah, it tells me that you cannot move on from them. What's your advice for this thing to fully move on? A 2 of Cups. Why your advice is 2 of Cups? Oh, don't get stuck into the idea of a perfect love. So I'm not sure whether you fantasize this person as your soulmate in the past. That's what keeps you stuck. But it tells you as the advice is don't get stuck on that idea, on that what do you call perception of a perfect soulmate. Also, not sure whether you have a tendency of bring a drama into your connection. But it tells me for your future one, right, you don't need to bring some sort of drama into that connection. Just express yourself. If you have a feeling, just express yourself. You don't need to hide behind that drama. So I'm not sure who needs to hear that. Next week, your money flow is doing good. Very nice. I see that you're still single next week. 9 of Pentacles. High five for this 9 of Pentacles. Finance is you're overcoming your financial issues, but things doesn't go as fast as you want for next week. So just be patient. Things is going, but it's not as fast as you want. I don't see the person that you cannot walk away is making an attempt anyway. So I think better start figuring out a way to fully walk away from them, because you're stuck in this energy of you want to meet people or not. Okay, Keeper, what's coming up for Virgo next week? One more. What's coming up for them? Break up with someone immature. Okay, for you guys, I feel this related with someone that you cannot walk away. For you guys that experience a breakup with someone that is immature, right, is childish as hell, it's actually a gift from universe. You need to walk down this path for you to trigger something. I'm not sure, each of you guys will be different. What else? So take it as a message that you need to figure out how to walk away, fully walk away from that person. A thought of moving is there for you next week. You need to. Okay, for you guys that has been dragging about the thought of moving, you've been postponing, it's going to stay lingers from next week. So I'm not sure why you're dragging these things up. If you need to make a decision, just make it, I guess, so it won't come up into the next reading anyway. Try to make a decision whether you want to move to where, or if you want to move or not move at all, because it tells me that it's been linger for quite some time. Okay, I think that there's a theme for next week. Everyone will be stuck, able to fully walk away from their person, because almost every sign got that similar message. Let's move on. Oh man, don't have the ink already. Let's move on to Libra, then Scorpio and Sagittarius. So Libra, what they can expect next week? What Libra can expect next week? What Libra can expect next week? The sign of Libra, what they can expect next week? Sign of Libra, what they can expect next week? Scale sign. Oh, for you, the opposite. Ten of Swords reverse. Situation has been linger for some time. One more. Okay, there's a situation that you're not speaking with that person, but it's not close, it still lingers. Any identification for this, so they know this is their story? You've been thinking a lot about this connection. You know deep down they're not your person. Lovers reverse, so I'm not sure why you're still thinking about them. It tells me that next week you're gonna be slowly moving forward, so I'm not sure moving forward to or with who. What's the Nine of Pentacles here? I feel like you're moving forward from that connection, but what I don't like is you are closing off from that connection for sure. The Seven of Wands is here, but I don't like you're still stuck of energy of thinking about them. Eight of Swords upright. What's Libra advice? Knight of Swords reverse. High Priestess. Use your intuition. I think your advice is not to rush anything. Use your own intuition. You deep down you know this is not your person. It's appear again as a reverse. So I'm not sure why you're still lingering on that. You're still stuck on that. Deep down you know that you don't love them. Probably you just like them as a person or as a friend. Yeah, you are slowly moving, but you still expect you still need to still think about them time to time, but gradually you are moving forward, and I feel like eventually you'll be able to like not think about them anymore. Everyone got similar message. Also expect next week you'll be into your looks, taking care of your looks, your clothes, maybe eating the right food so you can slim down. Any other thing? Like everyone got the same message, similar style. Also your emotion become better also. Everyone also got this Temperance upright. Also for you guys that has a long distance connection, next week that connection you will feel that it's a bit shaky next week. So I'm not sure whether it's going to close off or not, but based on the current reading, next week it will be shaky. Wow, this is kind of like not so good energy. What's this Queen of Cups? Emotionally you feel much better, but your confidence is not there for next week. Emotion doing well, but your confidence is not there. You keep telling me that the things that you don't see, right, is ending a situation, so you kind of like don't want to fully admit that the situation is ended or is ending. That what actually hinders you from moving forward. You keep telling me the same storyline. So yeah, for you guys that actually need to hear that situation, I feel like it's ending or ended, and deep down you also see them as not your soulmate. You don't love them. The Lovers reverse, Two of Cups reverse. So yeah, deep down you see it like that, but I'm not sure why you keep trying to hold to that. Sometimes we need to be honest with ourselves. You probably just like the person, but you don't love them. People can get confused with them time to time. So Keeper, what's Libra need to know next week? You also got the energy of you are moving of a job. Interesting. Okay, for you guys that has been thinking of your financial situation, next week there is the chance, probably next week, or not sure when the timeline is pretty hard to predict. You have, at least the storyline is, you have a chance to overcome your financial issue, but you need to move. It's related to the job. So I'm not sure whether you're going to get a new job at a different city, different town, or different country kind of thing, or the current job will actually ask you to migrate. But this will make your finance way better. But yeah, it's moving. Everyone got the same thing. They keep telling me also the same thing. You've been thinking about this particular connection. You want them to choose you as the main person, or you want to choose them as the main person, but you have stuck because you feel like either you or them is the one that immature, like the emotional is not same level kind of feeling. Keep telling me the same story for your emotional side. Also for you guys that has been a promise of a promotion, it's not coming, and I feel like you're not thinking about it at this moment also. You feel like, oh, it's okay, it's not coming, maybe next month or maybe next 2 months kind of feeling. You don't really bother with that. Okay, everyone got almost same message. That's a weird one. Okay, let's move on. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. What Scorpio can expect next week? What's coming up for Scorpio next week? Sign of Scorpio. What's coming up for them? Scorpio sign. What is coming up for Scorpio? What's the first message? Connection that cannot mature yet. A sudden upheaval. Talking with someone new. Okay, what's about this Ace of Wands reverse? Okay, for you is spiritual message. Any connection from the past that cannot or hasn't been fully matured, right? Or is not mature yet for whatever reason. Maybe being stalled, time not right, you need to work on yourself, blah blah blah, all these things. You're on the path on the successful relationship, so your next one, high chance for you, next one will be the one that's long term. You got the success and the Four of Wands. So I feel like it's just around the corner, but not next week, definitely. I don't know why this come up as your first message, but I feel like you need to hear that. So if you've been feeling like, why all my connection never fully progress into a relationship, just to let you know that you are on the path to achieve that. Not sure with who yet, it doesn't come up here. You're avoiding something next week. Everyone got the similar message. It tells me that next week you're avoiding something on your emotion side, where that emotion actually creates some sort of lack of confidence. So I'm not sure what is this. What kind of emotional situation that create a lack of confidence? So maybe you kind of like avoiding to address things that related to your confidence level. Not sure, maybe your looks, maybe you need to slim down, so you kind of avoiding of that decision next week. Also for you, you will be talking with someone that someone from your past, I feel. Person that they cannot walk away from you for some reason. They will come back and offer you something stable but not relationship. Ace of Pentacle, I feel. Something stable, maybe they say, oh, let's be friends first, blah blah blah, all this kind of thing. So expect that. How they know is this their story? What the identification of that person? In the past you have a good memories, but now you feel like they cheated you. It become a negative. They may be like not feeling like scam you. They keep giving me this situation that never fully ending. Okay, yeah, so in the past, even though you have good times, you focus too much on the negative things or the things that they say. Second of all, how you know is this your person? They are fire sign and they are kind of feel a bit manipulative kind of feeling, a bit egoist kind of feeling. So yeah, that's how you know. They will offer you something, so it's really up to you to accept that or not. Why is this? Also tells me that next week you're not looking for a relationship, so it's kind of like you just want to have fun next week. Yeah, that's what it tells me. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Also next week you will feel that you have this change of mindset that you don't need to rush things. By you not rushing things, you actually feel like more in control. Your emotion more stable. So that's a change of mindset, I feel. I don't see anyone solid yet except your past person, so I'm not sure you want to have something with that person, because you already write them off as someone that's egoist, a bit manipulative kind of feeling. And I see you also now focus on the negative things, not the positive things with them. So yeah, so I feel like you are on the path of a good relationship. Just hang in there. And there's a reason why all this connection is not yet mature. It's not fully mature for you, because that they're not your person. That's why it's always being stalled. The time is not right. All these things happening for you. And even if you meet someone, they're going to move like in the next 2 weeks, something like that. Okay, keeper, for Scorpio next week, what they need to know. Be careful with your spending next week. Oh, you really need to be careful with your spending. You got the poverty card here. Oh, yeah. Okay, next week, this person come back again. Remember the person that want to have a Ace of Pentacle with you? They come in the keeper reading. You need to make a decision whether you want to entertain this or not. But some of you also added storyline is you feel like you're being scammed by this person, so they may say things or they may do things that kind of like lying to you. This is what tells me. Also, it tells me that you don't have any feeling for them anymore. Lovers reverse. In the past, you may do have. Yeah, first person. They may even come back towards you and confess things that they lie to you. Any other thing before we move on? Any interesting thing for you? You got similar message. You're on the path of become wealthy, and also next it can be next week or can be down the line. Your parent or somebody that is older than you will put you in the will, like, what do you call it? Heritage, yeah, something like that. put you in their wheel or something like that. Okay. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Last sign. Sagittarius, Archer sign. What coming up for them next week? What they need to know next week for them? Sign of Sagittarius. What they need to know next week? What are the things that come up for Sagittarius? The first. You become logical next week. Things will start be in balance for you, like your work-life situation will be in balance. Not sure about your love. Oh, I like yours. Next week you'll become more logical in approaching things, become more confident. You feel like you have all the necessary tools to achieve whatever you want. Okay, let's figure out this one. This one I don't like. But why you feel hopeless? You still feel hopeless. Let's see. Why the Queen of Swords? You see things in right perspective about a past situation, where this situation actually you have a good memories with this particular person or situation. I feel like for you guys, okay, this is a bit weird. For you guys that actually had a like disconnect, a break, or not even like a breakup, maybe like a break of a communication, like somebody says like, let's take a break for 2 months, 3 months kind of feeling. I see that you finally see the truth about them, that they actually bring a lot of good memories into your life. You finally see that, like, you know, the type that, oh, you finally realize that this person is good for you. And I see that you're finally going to make a move to communicate with them. You're going to trigger a communication with them. Yeah, that's a weird message, but it is what come up. I see that you're going to reach out to someone from your past that you know that they are good for you. But for some reason, you're just seeing it now. Not sure what triggers that. Oh. You want to have a commitment, but not with your past person. That's a weird one. Because I see that you reach out to your past person, but okay, let's clarify this. This is a bit odd. Yeah, it tells me that even though that first part that you're going to reach, I feel like you don't offer them a relationship for that particular person. You want to have a relationship with the new person, but I'm not sure whether this new person is in your life or not yet, or it's just a thought of you start looking for a relationship or a love. At least the thought is there for next week. Also, now on you become more mature. You're not looking for a connection that is in and out. I feel like in the past you attract person that in and out, but now no, you avoid them. The Tower reverse, Knight of Wands, so you avoid the people that has exhibiting this Knight of Wands energy. I feel this talking about the first connection. You're going to be you're going to confidently offer them something. Maybe you offer them a friendship first. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the energy for next week. Now let's figure out this two cards that I don't like. King of Swords reverse is okay. It tells me that for any connection in the past that failed to materialize, failed to mature, right? You will give them a cold shoulder if they come back. So any person that approach you from the past, we're talking about from the past, and particularly for that person, maybe you express your love, or they not sure, maybe I feel like you probably a hint or at least express your love in the past. So when they come back now, you will give them a cold shoulder, or some of you even straight away cut them off, block them away. Okay, why you hopeless next week? Why you got a lot of ace in reverse? Okay, this one I feel like this is an advice for you guys that has a connection that always fail to start in the past. You need to release that obsession of finding a connection, and kind of like forcing a connection to happen. That's what actually creates this hopelessness inside you. You always try to force a connection to happen. So you need to release that. Let it flow naturally. Overall, yours is quite good reading. But just this hopelessness, you need to fix that. It tells me that the hopelessness trigger because you try to force things up. And you need to release that. Take things slow. Don't force things to move fast. Or don't force things to move on your timing or on your way. So Keeper, what do you want to tell Aquarius? Also got into my mind the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe they're the one, when you connect back to them, they're the one that offered this. So I feel like it's not a love kind of feeling. So don't let, I can be wrong, but yeah, don't get your hopes too high if you're expecting a love offer. Yours also got the moving card. For you guys that moving next week, or has been initiating some sort of move, buying a house, double check your paperwork. How the hell you got this? Also, is this hinting out for you guys that has been in your head too much about your work, side job, freelance, or whatever you want to do, right? It tells me that you're into your head too much about the situation. That's what actually delays you. So rather than you thinking too much, you just go for it. Do it. Because that's what actually will improve your finance. It tells me you delay this. You're the one that delaying this by thinking too much. Not making decision of doing extra or something around that, around the work. What? It tells me that you keep giving excuse to yourself. Like, oh, I don't have the place to do my side job, or I don't have a place to do the freelance, or you know, the type of, I don't have a good computer to do the freelance. So this kind of giving excuse to yourself. But it tells me that just go for it. That actually can improve your finance. Poverty reverse. Any other message? Wow, you got very long reading. Okay. Last message for you guys that want to conceive a child next week. Is not, the energy is not there. It also tells me that for you guys that has been dying to conceive a child, your challenge is actually not about doing it. It's more like your finance. So when you settle your finance, that's when the universe gives you the child. So be realistic. Take a look on your finance, whether you can support a child or not into your life. Okay, that's all I have for you guys for next week. Hope this helps you guys to navigate next week, and if it does, please do share, like, and subscribe. And I thank you all for watching. I see you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.